Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 rounds in the EFC's featherweight division and is brought to you by Mays Junior Football and CDI Drywall. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the Parks Motors blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a perfect amateur record of 1 win and no losses. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at 137 pounds. Fighting out of UKF, backyard by way of Hutchinson, Kansas. Please welcome Marquel Harper. And his opponent, fighting out of the Global Parts Aero red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with an amateur record of 1 win and 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 140 pounds. Fighting out of JMTK, Team Zerger, by way of Wichita, Kansas. Please welcome Joe Coleman.
Oh, another electrifying introduction by Chris Gerhardt. Let's get this party started. First MMA fight of the night.
Fighters have been introduced. They are ready. This fight is being brought to you by CDI Drywall and Mays Junior Football. Let's get it. Referee Nick Barons gets the cage closed. We are about to get it started. Coleman versus Harper here at EFC 3.
So what we have here is amateur MMA. The only difference between amateur MMA is the time limit and no elbows. So these guys can, it's essentially the same sport that you watch when you watch UFC. These guys are going to get after it here.
Harper comes out with a nice side kick. Coleman answers right back.
Joe, return! Return!
Oh, Harper, Coleman looks at, got him a little low.
Put him on the cage, Joe.
Joe working double overhooks here.
Oh,
you got a cup check here.
Low blow by Harper right there. Knee to the groin, referee Nick Barron says.
Now the ruling of here is that Joe has 5 minutes to recover. If he cannot recover in that 5 minutes, it will be a disqualification. But I fully expect Joe to bounce his nuts out and get ready to bang here.
That is one of the most painful things that you can ever experience in life, is getting hit in the nether regions. It's nothing like that. That'll take the soul out of your body.
And Nick Barron's made that very clear. That was a clear illegal shot, not an accident. So he gave a stern warning to Marquel Harper over here.
Yeah, it did look kind of low. The ref issued a warning. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. I'd hate to see a fight end like that. Coleman does not look very happy.
And we're ready to go. Joe Coleman fully recovered from having his children attacked.
Having his baby maker almost destroyed. Here we go. Nick Barons restarts the fight. Fighters come out, touch gloves. Oh, Harper comes in with a nice high kick.
Joe with the body.
Joe with a nice slam. Oh, my goodness.
Immediately tries to go to side control, and he does achieve side control.
Coleman gets side control. I think Coleman,
And Harper recovered his guard here pretty quickly. Joe's going to have to work his posture up. What happens here is Harper's got him in a full guard here, closed guard, pulling Joe's head down to control his posture so he doesn't get ground and pound rained down on him.
I'd have to say that low blow changed the dynamic of the fight, because when somebody threatens your manhood like that, it's time to get busy.
Put him on his back ASAP.
It's time to get busy. You seen Joe came out, scooped him, looped him, and dropped him, and now he's on him and he's trying to give him the business.
Right side body. Underhook on the left side.
Now we're working here still from guard. Joe should be looking to pass here. And he's looking to break the posture. Harper's holding on, gripping here.
Harper holding on for dear life, trying not to let Coleman get up. See, right now, if this was a pro fight, Coleman could lay those elbows in on him. But this being an amateur bout, like you said, no elbows.
There you go.
Hammer fist raining in the guard. Joe's scoring good here. He's definitely making Harper uncomfortable. Harper's gripping on, maybe perhaps hoping for
Seemed like it was a shot to the top of Coleman's head right there.
Blind left.
Joe,
Not appreciating that. Oh, Coleman,
up to our feet.
Coleman picks him up, lets him get back up to the feet.
Nice knee to the stomach by Joe. Joe working double underhooks here. Another good knee to the guts.
That third knee right there, that one looked like that hurt Harper right
and
there.
Back down and into half guard Joe here. Joe should be looking to pass. He should look to pass guard here. He's got an underhook on his right side, and he's outside the right side. He should be looking to pass to that side there, keep that underhook in there.
He's going to look to pass and rain down the thunder on Harper.
Throw the body right there in the armpit. Get too high. Don't get too high.
And Joe right into mount.
Down. Squat on his gut. Squat on his gut.
Now he has him in full mount. He has him in full mount. 10 seconds left in round 3.
Arms everywhere. Arms everywhere. Joe got to mount a little late in the round there, but
just couldn't finish him off. Our beautiful ring girl, Tori from Supplement World.
Supplement World, one of the biggest supporters of local MMA and local bodybuilding. These guys, they do a lot of things for the MMA scene around here and its fighters.
That was the first great round of action outside of the low blow. Took place, illegal low blow.
These guys are getting after it here. Joe's being tended to in the corner by Manny Miraz and Andy Zerger. Zerger working his neck. Manny standing in front of him, getting him directions.
We will see the man dog Manny Miraz later on this evening tonight on our pro card as he takes on Jesus Adame here in the EFC cage. We are set for round number 2, Coleman versus Harper. Looks to be a little blood seeping from the nose of Harper.
He's still breathing hard.
Nick Barnes gets round number 2 underway. Fighters come out and touch gloves.
He's standing sideways. He's looking for a little side kick, and he's going to try, this is the side kick to the gut, and he's going to try right hand. 5 right hands in a row, not a single left hand. That tells you he's really trying to hurt him, and not exactly the most technical of attacks here.
Coleman is really laying in them stiff knees, laying in them knees right to the stomach of Harper.
See what he's looking for. Don't do it.
What happens here is Harper has both underhooks, which seems to be a more advantageous position, especially now he drops to a double leg against the fence. Joe lifting his crotch, trying to keep his hips from dropping. If Harper drops his hips, he'll be able to finish the takedown a lot easier.
Looks like Harper was trying to give Coleman a little of his own scoop-the-loop medicine, trying to give Harper one of them body slams. Coleman drops down with the nice takedown defense.
Falls back.
What a
works
great,
the ribs,
what
punching
a great
the ribs.
Brawl.
Stay on it.
He is just giving Harper the business right now.
I'm kind of wondering what was happening there. He was sprawled out in full control on him, and Harper didn't do much to stop that. He just kind of laid there. Now he seems to be holding on to the head, a tiny bit desperate for what's happening here.
Coleman back inside control on Harper. What is he going to do with it?
Joe controlling the wrist, side control.
Doesn't look like he's trying to work for a submission.
No,
Looks like
no
he's just
submissions here. He wants to sock him in the face.
He wants to just beat him up right now.
Harper flips him over. This is bad position for MMA. Decent position for jiu-jitsu. Joe working the body scissors there from the guard.
There you go. Joe, push back up against the cage. Work up the cage, Joe.
Joe looks to be working for a triangle here.
Left side.
He's got the control of his left wrist. He's looking triangle. Now he's got feet on the hips, and he's going to kick him off.
Looking to push Harper up off of him. That is a very awkward position to be in.
Put your feet in his hips.
Not comfortable for Coleman by any means. Harper's just laying down on him. Harper's trying to rein in some of his own punches on Coleman.
He's scoring. Harper's scoring some there. Joe hooks the leg. He looks to have his own sweep, and he does.
Coleman with a nice cage flip.
Very technical sweep.
Very technical move by Coleman. Coleman flips over.
Straight into mount.
Regains
stretches
full
him
mount.
out. Begins to work the body.
He is trying to turn Harper's ribs into beef jerky right now.
Yeah, that's what happens as we ask what's for dinner tonight. Wichita barbecue ribs.
Barbecue Harper ribs.
Serving them up.
10 seconds left in the end of round number 2.
Looks like Joe Coleman's going to end the round in full mount once again.
Coleman gets in one nice little shot before the end of round 2. Nice little shot there. That was a back and forth kind of round right there. You know, that's kind of a tough one for the judges. I think Coleman had a little bit more on that round. I'd have to give that one to Coleman.
I think that Coleman won the majority of the round. Just the one sweep that Harper had. Joe immediately put his sweep in there, so stopped the takedown, pounded his ribs, scored, got swept. Then Joe had his own sweep into the round and mount. Joe seems to be in pretty good control of his fight, and he also seems to be the better conditioned man here. We'll see what happens the third round. With these small gloves on, anything can happen. So these guys got to pay attention to what's happening in front of them. I expect Harper to come out with some dynamic offense here. He'll probably try a head kick or a big side kick and then a giant right hand.
I think Harper is definitely going to have to look for the finish if he wants the win here.
Here we go. Start the third round of our first amateur MMA fight of the night.
See the mouthpiece of Harper sticking out a little bit. You can see they're both tired. Round number 3 underway.
And like I said, giant head kick from Harper. He's probably going to look side kick here, and he does again. He's looking again. He seems to have some sort of
look like a little Muhammad Ali okie dokie shuffle, something going down. Little John Jones. Oh, another low blow by Harper.
That one wasn't intentional.
That one was just in action, but that was a low blow, and that took Harper down. And referee Nick Behrens is going to deduct a point from Harper for the low blow against Coleman.
Take your time, Joe. Take your time.
Wow, an efficient self-defense technique. The kick to the nads is frowned upon in mixed martial arts, as well as eye pokes, fish hooks, and biting. Those are the things that you shouldn't do. But in a street fight, those would be good techniques, and perhaps he came from a self-defense system where he was instructed to kick his opponent in his weak area.
Yes, if we were on the streets, all of Marquel's techniques would be all legal. But inside of the EFC cage, kicking to the nether regions is frowned upon.
It's against the universal mixed martial arts rules.
This should be against the Guy Code rules, period. Nobody wants that to ever happen.
Hey, perhaps desperate times call for desperate measures. Harper, on the bright side, is getting a small breather here.
Joe Coleman has 5 minutes. Looks like he's ready. Looks like he's giving him the green light.
Breathe right now.
Joe's still trying to shake out those.
Shake out the shock. Shake out the shock from your system. I don't know if you've ever been kneed or hit down there, but it'll turn your lights out real quick. All right, looks like Joe Coleman is ready to resume action here in the third round.
I fully expect Harper to come with a big head kick again, and there it goes.
Every head kick he's thrown, it hasn't landed, but it looks like he is trying to finish Coleman. Harper came out. I think that little extra rest gave him some time to, he's mounting, what was, he hopped on his back and was trying to go for a choke.
He's not going to let go of that choke. He's still holding on to it, and Joe controls the head, lands it fully in north-south. This is a great position for Joe here. The bad thing here is if we were in Japan, he would be able to knee him in the head. That's illegal to knee in the head of the mat in the United States.
Joe Coleman survived that flurry from Harper and the takedown and the submission.
Yeah, he seems to have a pretty good grip on a north-south choke here. If Joe would sprawl his hips back.
Oh, Looks like Coleman is going to try to go for the choke.
If he just sprawls his hips away from him, he would have him in a lot of, okay, he lets go. He abandons the choke. He just wants to punch him in the ear.
Joe just wants to beat up Harper. I think after you get kneed a couple of times, I think you're just angry and you just want to take out your aggressions on your opponent. And I think that's what Coleman's looking to do.
Straight to the mount, looking arm triangle.
Joe, push his head down, start teeing off. Go, push his head down. Push it to the side.
We have a minute left in the third round here. Joe in full control here.
You can hear the corner of Coleman imploring him to push off and just start laying him in on Harper. Coleman rises up, but Harper's...
Joe's in a great position to hit an armbar here, but he doesn't want to give up position because he likes to punch this guy. There's his armbar right there, right in front of him. He goes for it. He has it, and he loses it.
He had it.
He still has it. It's not out.
Kick your legs over.
Can Coleman finish him? 30 seconds left in round number 3.
Joe, kick your legs over.
Looks like Harper is going to try to wiggle out the back against Coleman. He does. He wiggles out of the submission, the armbar submission. Now he's in side control.
He's looking for an armbar of his own here.
He steps over on Coleman. He's trying to finish him. Can he do it?
10 seconds. Joe really needs to hold on here.
10 seconds left in round number 3. Will Coleman survive?
Hold on, Joe. Hold on, 10 seconds.
Coleman survives round number 3. What a crazy fight. We got 2 low blows, submissions, flurries. It was crazy right there.
Joe Coleman certainly tried to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory there, as has been said before. He had a sure victory in hand and almost gave up the submission there. As you can see, anything can happen in this wonderful sport of mixed martial arts.
I think since it did go to the scorecards and Harper losing that point, I think this one's an easy one to call. I think the judges will see it for Coleman.
30-26, I believe.
It's a great fight by both of the fighters here tonight at EFC 3.
Looking great here. We're going to wait for Chris Gerhardt to come and give us the official announcement here. What a great night here for fights. The fans are starting to pile in a little bit here as we can move further into the night.
It's a great crowd here at the Kansas Star Casino and Arena for EFC 3. It's a packed house. We are doing big things here, Cody. EFC 3, we are here. We have progressed. We have just continued to grow more and more. First, we started at the Beach Activity Center, and we moved from there to Century 2, and now we moved out to the Kansas Star Casino and Arena. Big things are happening for us, EFC, Kansas MMA. It's a beautiful thing. Gotta love it.
One of the beautiful shining jewels of arenas in Wichita, right here at the Kansas Star Casino. The same place that Bellator is hosted at every time it comes here. The same place that the biggest acts Foreigner was just here 2 weeks ago. It's a huge arena, and it's wonderful for us to be in this venue, and it's a great opportunity for these guys to display their art. So for the entire city of Wichita to see.
Let's head up to the ring with the official decision from Chris Gerhardt.
Ladies and gentlemen, all 3 judges score this contest. For your winner by unanimous decision, fighting out of the Global Parts Arrow red corner, Joe Coleman.
I think despite the low blows and everything else, with all the adversity in the fight, I think